Today, I have 6 easy ways to keep you consistent with your fitness journey. And the video is starting right now. Welcome back to the channel. My name's Adam Berry and I help busy people fit fitness into their lives. I got a question recently on Instagram, someone asking me, how do you stay consistent? How do you stay consistent? So I wrote a blog on it and that is linked below. So up first, number 1 is this. Have no time limit on your goals. I know that sounds a bit counterintuitive to what you might know because I was taught it when I went to personal trainer school as well. And we was taught this thing called SMART goals, but I want you to forget about them. Giving yourself such a restrictive time frame to achieve your goals is stopping you be consistent, and this is why. When you don't start making progress quick enough into that very strict time frame you've given yourself, call it 12 weeks, call it 16 weeks, when you aren't making progress quick enough within this very tight restraint, you start to think you're failing. And by starting to think you're failing, you then very quickly give up on your goals. And as we know, you only fail when you give up. Stop giving yourself such short time frames. Don't worry about how long it's going to take you to hit X goal or whatever. Just enjoy the process. Just show up. Just do the work. Don't think, I must be this by this date, because it's not helping you. All it's doing is making you stress out about how fast or how slow the whole process is taking. But I've got news for you. This takes a really, really long time. So please allow yourself that time. And you won't regret it. Because you'll stop the cycle of start, stop, start, stop. And once you start, you'll just carry on into the sunset. Number 2, it's got to be hella fun. Now, if you've read that blog post already, in it I talk about my acting career and I talk about how many auditions I went to. It's about 3,000 and I probably got about 10 jobs out of it. And many of you will probably sit there and go, well, why did you carry on going? Why did you keep going for 12 years, 15 years of your life if you just kept getting rejected? And it's because I really enjoyed the process. I really enjoyed being an actor. I really enjoyed the result of getting a job, and I really enjoyed the process of auditioning. I loved finding out new things. I loved finding out about new characters, reading new plays, learning new things. I loved it so much. So much. That's what you need to do with your fitness. You need to not worry about the result. The more I focused on whether I was going to get this job or not as an actor, the less I enjoyed that audition. The more I just went in to enjoy the audition, the more I enjoyed the audition, I focused on the process. Now, you've got to make sure what you're doing is extremely fun. And the reason you've got to make sure what you're doing is extremely fun is because it will give you longevity. It gave me 15 years in my acting career. It will give you longevity in your fitness career. If you don't enjoy it, you're never going to stick to it. And if you don't stick to it, you're never going to be doing it for long enough to get results and then keep your motivation going. So before you do anything, make sure what you're doing is something you enjoy. If you're hating your diet, if you're on something really restrictive, stop it. Find another way, find a better way, because that's what's going to keep you going for an extremely long period of time. So make it hella fun. Remember that. Number 3, make sure your goal is achievable. Please make sure your goal is achievable. The amount of times I've had clients come to me and I look at them and they're a very normal, ordinary looking person. They're like, I need to lose 4 stone. I look at them and where? You don't have 4 stone on your body to lose. It doesn't exist. So how can I make that happen for you? And the reason I will say that to them is because I don't want them to set themselves up to fail. If you're thinking about starting your journey, or if you're in the middle of your journey, but you're struggling to show up each and every day, ask yourself this. Ask yourself, do you think this is truly achievable? And if you can't give yourself a genuine answer, then ask a friend, ask a relative. Because if you're chasing something that you can't actually achieve, then you're going to stop trying to achieve it. Because slowly but surely, over time, that impossibility will reveal itself to you. I'm not saying don't have dreams. I'm not saying don't be inspired. And if you do feel like you have a very big goal, just chop it into the smallest segment you possibly can. When I work with clients who do have bigger goals, who do have, let's say, more weight to lose, all I will say to them is, I want you to throw everything you have into losing 1 pound. That's it. I just need you to lose 1 pound. If you do everything you possibly can to lose just 1 pound, I'm going to be the proudest person in the world. If you can lose that 1 pound, we can then repeat that. And we can repeat that until that stops, and then we can look at changing it slightly. But by that point, you might have lost 6, 7, 8, 9, maybe even a stone. And that's how you do it. Make sure what you're setting yourself out to do is achievable. Let's take New Year's resolutions, for instance. We've all done it. We've all stood there on New Year's Eve or New Year's Day and gone, right, this year I'm going to go to the gym 4 times a week. What happens? You do it for 2 weeks. Then your mate says, do you want to go for a beer? And yep, you want to go for a beer. Or your partner says, oh, can't we stay in and watch a movie tonight? And yeah, you want to stay in and watch a movie. And before you know it, 4 workouts a week are down to 2. And then the 2 feels like, well, I'm not doing what I set out to do, so why should I carry on doing what I'm doing? And then 2 becomes 1. And then 1 eventually becomes 0. You're setting yourself up to fail. As opposed to trying to start big, why don't we build slowly? And that is going to help you stay consistent. It's going to help you keep moving forward. And it's going to help you keep going for that really long period of time we need you to achieve really what it is you want to achieve. Next up, create a bright line. Now for some technical talk.
A bright line rule or bright line test is a clearly defined rule or standard composed of objective factors which leaves little or no room for varying interpretation. The purpose of a bright line rule is to produce predictable and consistent results in its application.
So what the hell does that actually mean? Well, that means I want you to come up with rules that you stick to. Now, the key to these is that they're not meant to be restrictive. They're meant to be empowering. So I don't want you to sit there and go, okay, well, one rule I'm going to stick to is I will give up carbs. Because again, that's not going to be achievable for you. But something that might empower you along those lines could be, I'm only going to eat chips and crisps at the weekend. That is a bright line rule, and it's something you can stick to, and it's something you can measure. And it feeds in to your goal of trying to lose weight. Another bright line rule could be, I will go to the gym 2 times a week. Is it achievable? Yes. Is it possible? Yes. Can you measure it? Yes. It's a bright line rule. And at the end of the week, you can find out. You can go, yeah, I've been to the gym twice this week. Or you can go, I haven't been to the gym twice this week. End of discussion. Give yourself these rules in your life, like 3 or 4, and just define them. Just set them out and make them your incantations. Say them to yourself over and over again. Let them live and breathe inside you. You have a bright line rule. Because when you start ticking them off, when you start actually doing these bright line rules, 1, you're not restricting, although you are being strict with yourself. But 2, you build momentum. Because you start putting ticks in your life as opposed to crosses. And that's really important. Because ticks build confidence, they build momentum, they build movement, they build energy. All of those things that you're going to need to help you get through the time that you're going to need to achieve what it is you want to achieve. Next up, it's this. Make sure you have structured accountability. What does that mean? That's just big words. Well, a personal trainer, a lot of what I do as a personal trainer is I give structured accountability to my clients. I make them set goals. I talk to them about those goals. I check in to see whether they've achieved those goals, and they're small little things. We have coaching calls each week online in the Fitness Collective. Join, the link is below. This structured accountability really, really, really helps you move forward. And there is no shadow of a doubt, those who are more successful in their fitness journey, they have created accountability themselves, but there is a structure to it. So one thing that I love to do with my clients is I love to get them to get a big old wall calendar right here, be right here. And what I say to them is, if you have hit your 4 bright lines that day, let's make them daily goals, then you get to put a nice big red circle in it. And that means that you've achieved your goals for the day. And if you slip up, if you haven't managed to do your goals for that day, then you put in 2 exclamation marks. Then at the end of the month, on that calendar, you can look at it and go, have I done 80%? Have I achieved 80% of this month what I wanted to do? And if you have successfully been consistent. 80% of the time is all you need to achieve these things. And knowing that gives you that flexibility to remain consistent. And last on the list, it must be fun. The reason I've put this in here twice is because it's that damn important. It must be fun. You've got to enjoy yourself, please. I can't plead with you enough about this. Enjoy what it is you do. I'll tell you something, when I'm out there looking for clients, when I'm talking to people, I'm having all these conversations that I have on social media, on YouTube, on Instagram, follow me at The Gym Starter, you can get a sense from someone in these messages. And the ones who are enjoying what they're doing, they just live and breathe. You can tell when you start talking to them about what it is they're up to, what they're doing. And it's pointless trying to then sell myself to them as a coach. It's pointless telling them about the Fitness Collective. Link is below. Because they're not going to want to change because they enjoy what they're doing. So let's leave them to it. They're achieving. Great. And that's another thing. Everyone who is having fun in what it is they do, they're achieving their goals and they're happy. And that's really what it comes down to. In fitness, you can do anything you want as long as it makes you happy. And that's all that matters. I don't care what you do as long as it makes you happy. So make it fun, because fun things make us happy, like donuts. 6 easy strategies to help you stay consistent in your fitness process. Now I'm just going to quickly add on something, so stay tuned. It's important. Consistency is really important, because consistency is what breeds results. Without consistency, you're not going to be successful in what it is you're doing. I can promise you that much. So implement the 6 things I've discussed, because those 6 things are really, really and truly what is going to help you be a huge success. People look at me and they look at me as a personal trainer. They look at the success I've had, or they'll look at the success I had as an actor, or they'll look at whatever it might be. And they think it just kind of happens. They don't see all of the hard work that happens below that. They just see the top little bits. They see my YouTube account. They see my Instagram account. They think that success has happened overnight. I've posted on social media 3 times a day for the last 5 years, every single day. I did the same then when I had 5 people looking that I do now. And now I've got 5,000 people looking. No one will see your consistency. No one will respect your consistency. But they will see your success. And you will know what built it. And that's why being consistent is really important. Right, I hope you've enjoyed this video. That's enough blabbering from me. Look, I've got 2 videos for you now to follow up on if you want to find out more. This one, how to keep and stay motivated. That's proving really popular at the moment, and it ties in really well to what we're talking about here, about remaining consistent. And I've got another one right here for you, and that is, should you weigh yourself every single day? I took a client on a 30-day challenge of weighing herself every single day, and the results are truly remarkable. My name is Adam Berry. I thank you for being here. I really appreciate it. I'm known as a gym starter. If you want to join the Fitness Collective, link is below. Peace, love, and protein. High fives and positive vibes.